Hey there everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi, I hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Today we are doing a similar thing as we did in the last vlog. It's still part of my long weekend. It is Friday, Veterans Day being observed today. It's actually tomorrow, Saturday, but I have today off. And so I just went and got some dim sum. I've been craving it for quite some time. So I was like, let's go and do it. So I just grabbed that, and now I'm gonna probably pop over to run a couple errands. I might stop at Trader Joe's. I'm not sure. It's a little bit of a drive from where I'm at, so I'm not sure. But kind of slowly make my way home, stop at a couple places on the way. And then when I get home, I figured what I'd do is probably another let's answer your video or your comments that people have been leaving on my videos. I got a couple comments already from the last vlog where we talked a little bit about small shops and comparing them to bigger shops and all that stuff. So I love the conversation, and I want to kind of keep that rolling. So there was a couple people already that commented, and I was like, oh, well, I want to chat about it. So I figured, let me do a little whip in chat / respond to your comments kind of thing. I think that might be the best way to just kind of continue to open that dialogue. So I'm going to do that, and I might stop and grab some sort of coffee or smoothie drink on the way home as well. And yeah, so the next clip might just be at the house when I get the camera all set up, since I have to hold the phone with my hand and I can't really drive and talk. So we'll just meet up back at the house. I'm not sure which kit I'll snag to do the whip and chat, but I'll snag something, get it all set up, and we'll just chat a little bit and then see where the rest of the day takes us. So come along. Bye. Okie dokie. So, hi everyone. Just got back home. I ended up stopping at, stopping at TJ Maxx. I'm just popping over to my little storage area so I can grab a new mud to work with. Let's see. Ooh, this sounds good. Okay. Sorry, hi. So yeah, I popped over to TJ Maxx on the way home. I was like, well, let's see if they have any holiday gift sets or anything going on in the skincare section. And I saw a couple of things, and I had them in my hands, and I was like, do I really need this stuff? No. So I just went and popped it back over into back onto the shelf. I was like, let me get out of here. So I left. Didn't snag anything. I was like, I don't need anything. What am I doing here? And then after that, I went to, there's a little smoothie place called 0 Degrees, just a couple doors down. And so I popped over there to get myself a little smoothie. So I had that on the way home, and now I'm home. And yeah, so I've got the laptop out so I can go through everyone's comments. This is going all the way back to, I've got 3 weeks to get through, 3 weeks since pretty much the last time I did this. So I'll quickly talk about what I'm using. So the kit in front of us is my Jaded Gem Shop mystery kit. Not going to talk about the artist or the image. I'm going to keep it a surprise, but we're on this section here. You can see we've got it's a lot of color blocking, I'd say, but starting out, so there's a lot of these little, kind of checkerboardy onesie twosie colors and stuff. So we're going to just jump in with our next color here is the and symbol, and that's color 13, DMC 561. So I'm going to snag that. I've got my Mooney Made tray here. I've got my Enablers Outpost pen here with some thin metal multi-placers. I got these off of Amazon as recommendation from Katie. I got these. And then I've got my Bella Art de Nicole 3D printed funnel here. What else have I got? My mud, my putty that I'm choosing is the Marshmallow Fireside Mary mud for this diamond painting session, so I need to load that So I'm just going to get my tweezers. I think I was using the Red Hot Cinnamon last night, but I think I'm going to change it up. Yep, that's very cinnamony. So I'm going to do the Marshmallow Fireside. That sounds nice today. It's a little chilly. We're in November. I've got the boy sitting next to me gnawing on a bone. So let me just get this real quick. But yeah, if I didn't mention it at the earlier clip, let me know how things are going with you today. Are you gonna chew it up against the wall so it bangs against the wall? Is that what you're doing? He's just looking at me like, don't worry about it. Okay, so I've got my Marshmallow Fireside. I've noticed with the Merry Muds, some of the ones that I bought like a year ago, I've been cracking them open, like some of the holiday scents, and they still smell pretty strong. So that's good. The scent lasts for a while. Okay, load up the mud. And I've got a little scrap piece of release paper that, see, when I load it, I've got all this extra sitting around. So I'll just kind of push and pinch to pinch it away, essentially. And I do that on either side, and then here with the single placer, I just kind of press it and then pull off that excess. And then when it starts to compact in there and I can't pick up drills as well, then I'll just go and stab that little extra bit. So that's kind of my little extras piece. I'm pretty willy-nilly with like the amount of mud I use because I have like a huge stash of it, and I'm like, I don't have to like ration this. I can be a little loosey-goosey with like how much I'm stabbing off the pad of it because it lasts forever. So okay, so we're gonna jump into these comments here. If I can't remember like your name, like off online name, I'll do my best to pronounce your username. I'm just gonna go off usernames for the most part. So bear with me as I try to sound them out as we go. And if you're like, Anthony, you should know my name, please leave your like name in the comments, and I'll do my best to try to like keep track of those. I've always been really bad with that. So you might have noticed that the last time we did this. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. Okay, so, and I'm going to like and heart the comments as we go through. That way they kind of clear from the deck. And that's just kind of, acknowledgement, saying hi, hello. Okay, so City Cat Crafter just gave like a thumbs up for fall and stuff to not this last vlog, but the one prior. Jay Ping Su said it's a longer post, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it. I'm going to go ahead and read it out loud. So if it's the small shop post that I'm thinking of, I got more of a vibe of it was less of a cease and desist at creators and more of a please be kind at customers. We're in the Christmas season where tensions are high, and obviously a shop that mostly manufactures to order rather than having a warehouse is going to have a smaller inventory. Having worked at a big box retailer for a few holiday seasons, I give any retailers extra grace this time of year. And a little purple heart. Thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. And yeah, I totally agree. I hope I didn't come off as like being cold-hearted to small shops. Like I totally get the struggle, especially just like you said, if a retailer is getting their stuff from the warehouse by order, then there's going to be that lead time. I guess I didn't get that same vibe. If the vibe was please be kind as a message to customers, I think that's what they should have said is, hey everyone, just holiday season's coming up and we ship straight to order. We ship we ship our products based on orders, and we are a small shop. Give us some grace, and we'll get your awesome quality products out to you as quickly as possible, and order now. Order as soon as possible if you're hoping to get them in time, in the next couple months, in time for the Christmas season, something like that. Just a very straightforward message to customers. And I've seen shops do that before. Plenty of small shops have sent emails out or messages saying, hey, just a heads up, shipping can take X amount of weeks, so keep that in mind when you're placing your orders. Thank you. So something like that would be that's totally fine, and I get it, and they're, but that's not the message that came across to me. It was very direct. Do not compare us to bigger shops. But no, like I said in the last vlog, there was no context. There was no because or this is why. It was just don't do it, point blank. So I don't know. I didn't get that same vibe. It seemed a little bit of a different message. I think, and it might have been coming from a place of being reactionary and like we're frustrated right now because somebody or a couple people did mention that our stuff takes longer than these bigger shops, but like it's okay to say that, and that gives some context. So, people that don't watch that cold are like, what the heck? So yeah, I get it and I totally understand, but that's not how the message came across, at least to me. So I totally get it, and like I said, I love supporting the smaller shops. A lot of it not just because I know these people and there's like, the heartstrings are tied to it. A lot of it's because they come out with artwork that you just don't see elsewhere, and they bring something special to the table. And I just wish that was more of what a lot of shops would highlight, or some shops would highlight in it during these times, as opposed to like I said, I think I said like something along the lines of like getting the claws out. I'm like, hey, I like your shop, and why am I feeling like I'm being scolded? Like I gave you my money, so that's kind of where I'm coming from. But yeah, I totally get it. Catherine Hauserman said, I don't drink either for medical reasons. Good that you stopped. Oh, thank you. So yeah, I don't know if it's a forever thing, but another day has gone by without it, so we're just gonna keep on trucking. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Mank Arts and Crafts, hi, said, on the small shop side, I see it from the stance of people comparing price points or how long it takes for kits to get to them. Small shops have a hard time competing with big businesses like DAC and Dreamer Designs. I totally forgot about Dreamer Designs when it comes to prices and shipping times. Otherwise, I totally agree with the rest of your points. Thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think when it comes to like shipping times, there is a lot of stuff that's out of a small business's control, depending on like where they're getting their products from. And I think it's actually a lot smarter for small shops to do the place their orders with their manufacturer based on the orders that are coming in, as opposed to investing a bunch of money into like, okay, we're going to order 100 of this image and 50 of this image, or whatever that is, even if it's like 10 of this image, because you don't know how popular that image is going to be. So you might get stuck with a bunch of inventory that you can't move, and then you're discounting it and your profit margins are less. So I don't expect small shops to just have all of their stuff on hand ready to zip, zip, zip and go. And I think a lot of conscious and savvy customers, when they're shopping from these stores, know that, like I know that when I order from a shop like Jaded Gem Shop or whatever, it's not going to be like Amazon where it's at my door the next night or in 2 days or in 2 weeks. And mainly that's because that shop is very vocal about their shipping time, so I know what I'm getting myself into. So if that's where that was coming from, is like someone was complaining like, oh, this is taking way too long as compared to like a bigger company, then I do see where that would be a point of frustration. But once again, it's the messaging and like how do you take that feedback and address it in a way that, I mean, I would personally reach out directly to that customer or customers that were putting up a fuss and just reiterating, how shipping realistically works in the real world, rather than saying you can't, don't, or you can't talk about our company in comparison to another, if that makes sense. Like there's certain things that, yeah, it's going to be harder to manage or dictate, like shipping is what shipping is. And I think a lot of people kind of know that at this point. So I don't know. I see it, I get it, but once again, that's not the messaging that came across. And if that's what was supposed to come across, it could have been a lot more direct and clear, saying, don't compare our shipping times to shops or companies that have a more robust, you know, manufacturing and shipping line. You know, that's different than just a blanket don't talk about us in this company at all together. So yeah, I think there's probably some room for some context and clarification, but that might have just been a result of someone being frustrated or sick of it, you know. But I don't feel like I should be receiving the brunt of that, or customers in general should be receiving the brunt of that. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mank Arts and Crafts also says it's good to hear that your digestive system is calming down. I found alcohol to be one of the biggest triggers for migraines for me, so I've had to cut it out for those reasons. Once in a while, I'll have a drink with friends, but that's maybe 1 to 2 times a year, and I always regret it. Yes, it's definitely worth it, but it's a big change and a big transition with your friends. Yeah, I think that's the next step. Is like, I don't think my friends are gonna have anything to say like, hey, why aren't you? Or you really should still be drinking, you know, or anything like that. It's just gonna like I have to navigate those conversations now, like especially if we're like at a group event or a party and it's like, why are you just drinking water? What's going on? And I have to like explain it. I'm just trying to figure out like how I go about that without making it a thing. I don't think it'll be a big deal. I think I'll just say I'm not drinking it tonight, you know, or whatever. And I'm usually pretty lax. I'm not the like, let's rage, you know. I'm usually the one that's a little bit like, okay, well, what if someone needs to get home? I'm gonna go ahead and just calm down, or you know. So I'm usually that type of person anyway. But to totally be like, no. And I don't even think I want to be like I brought some non-alcoholic whatever. I don't think I'm gonna like any of that stuff. Maybe a mocktail, but I don't think I'm gonna be like an NA beer kind of person. I'm not. I'd rather just have water or something else, you know, that's gonna actually like hydrate me. So we'll see. I'm gonna continue to push through, but thank you for the support. And yeah, the hangover part of it too, and the regret part of it too, is also big. And I feel like that stuff impacts me a lot more as I get older. Like, I'm down for the count for like the entire next day, and I'm like, wow, that was a whole day wasted, you know, because I'm not feeling up to like getting out of bed, and I don't want to be like that, especially with Apollo. He doesn't deserve that. So yeah, that was kind of it for so far for yesterday's vlog. Now we're getting into some stuff prior. Peggy Wood 7952 says, thanks for keeping me company while I'm diamond painting. Love your walks with Apollo and the beautiful scenery. It's really starting to get cold in Iowa. Oh yes, it's starting to cool down here too. I'm not a fan of snow and cold as I got older. Going to visit my twin, oh yay, in Florida after Christmas for a month or so. Oh wow. My husband and I are retired. We can't be snowbirds as my husband is involved in the school board duties, and he mentors education majors at a local college. Oh, that's awesome. Visit them at schools when they do their student teaching. Have a good rest of the week. Bye. Oh, and the little turkey. Yeah, that's awesome that you do, even though you can't be a snowbird completely, you get a chance to go visit family in Florida. That is awesome. Just gonna drop some more drills here. Boo, boo, boo. It's gonna be hard to see it in camera, but I kind of wanted to show. I've been going on and on about the differences with the Jaded Gem Shop squares, but they've got this like depth and thickness to them that just keeps them fitting together just super nicely. Even though I'm not a good placer, they help. They just kind of slide and snap into place really nicely. And it just makes it easier to diamond paint with, and I feel like the gapping is a lot less noticeable. So yeah, let's get a couple more down here. Boop, boop. And the glue is such that it's strong, it holds strong, but you can still like slide your drills around and adjust them if needed, which is also really nice. Oopsie, drop that one. Come on, buddy. Get in line. There we go. So yeah, we've got some good color blocking chunks here. This is a 5-placer, which is kind of my go-to for multi-placing. I find that my gapping isn't as bad with the 5, and I have a little bit more control over my drills as I place them down. Let's do this one. Boop. Come on. So yeah, they just snap right into alignment, which is nice. There we go. Okay, next question, or next comment. Let me just like Peggy's here. Mia said, see, I was sitting here thinking, Anthony, you have a painting to do in January and February, and then you remembered it yourself. So yes, that is Astronomer for Mia's paint along is coming up in January and February. So I didn't kit that up yet. I have the storage containers to do it. I just need to do it. Maybe I'll do that today. And then that'll give me a chance to look at what I might want to gussy up and enhance with that one. Let's fill in some of these smaller sections here. Just a lot of little filling in with 1 or 2 drills, and then you get these bigger sections where it's like 10 or 20 in a row, which is nice. Just slam down those drills, slamming them down. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, thank you so much for the comment, Mia. I appreciate it. Amy Lynn 5220 said, I love your channel. I have a kitty cat that is an emotional support and also gets me out of seizures. I'm such an animal person. I'll continue to watch your channel. I hope you feel better. Oh, thank you. That was in regards to a couple vlogs ago. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your passion. Barbara Wisman 5576 says, about my finish and review of Witch's Greenhouse. Thank you so much. Ellie, once again, in regards to Witch's Greenhouse finish. Hello, Anthony. Wow, I feel I haven't watched any of your videos in so long. I will make it my week mission to try to catch up. This is a lovely canvas, but one I find is much nicer to see worked on than the picture on the site. Thank you for the completion video. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes the original image might not speak to you, but then you see it done as a diamond painting, and it's like, wow, that is really cool. I happen to just love Ivy Delamore's artwork, so I kind of get obsessed with anything that she puts together. So I love that image from the first time I saw it. I think the only one that doesn't really like jump out to me is like, ooh, I love this is Fairy Lights by Ivy Delamer, which is one that you see a lot on the Diamond Art Club like marketing and images that they put up. That isn't my favorite Ivy Delamer image, but of course I still have it and I'll work on it, and I'll probably really like it as I'm working on it. But I like some of the other ones more, like Fisher Gal. The Mystery Kit from Ivy Delamour is one of my absolute favorites of all time. I need to work on that eventually. I've had that for a while. And what's another one that wasn't like, ooh, I'm absolutely in love with this? I think it was called Tea Party. I have that one too, but it's another one that I wasn't like, I must get it, but I do like it. So yeah, thank you so much, Ellie. I appreciate it. Heather Hammersticks says, so beautiful. I need this one in regards to Witch's Greenhouse. Thank you. Yeah, you should go take a look. Looks beautiful. Lisa Noof says, came out beautiful. Looks amazing, says Karen's Seeing Diamonds 6873. Michelle 23238 says, very pretty. Thank you for sharing your completed piece. Bev Jones 7485 says, came out lovely. Really love this artist's work and the coloring is just right. Congrats on your completion and thank you for sharing. Peace and love abide with you. Thank you. You as well. I appreciate it. Peggy Wood, in regards to Witch's Greenhouse, says, very pretty. Love the colors and all the greenhouse vibes. Yes, it is awesome. So now we're jumping into that whip-in chat that I did and responding to your comments last time. So let me put down some drills before I jump into all that. Let's do this here, some little onesie twosies. So yeah, it's kind of like when you first start with a section, you start by doing a lot of the checkerboarding with your initial color, and then after that, you're kind of doing a lot of filling in, especially with these what is essentially the background, some of the background of this image. So there's not like a ton of color changes or a ton of different colors, but you're doing a lot of that blending, the dithering from the rendering that is done. You're kind of just filling in those color transitions and stuff. So I like that the colors are nicely blended. The transitions are nice and smooth here, which is awesome. So yeah, let's just get a couple more of these. And then you can see we have some more C's up here that we've got to fill in. Da, da, da. Just filling in the blanks, which I find very relaxing, and it, like, hearing the drills kind of click into place is also very satisfying when you like have a drill that is surrounded by other drills and it's like snap right into place. So that's kind of nice, and it straightens out the drills around it too, which is good. That had 2. Okay, cool. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Prartha Narajan. I think I got it. Prartha Narajan 1152. I'm impressed with you saying my name. You did a good job the first time. I had no idea about mica powder before. So talking about the mica method, I was mentioning that in that WIP in chat. I hope I got it right that time. Felicia Parker 4176. I enjoyed this WIP in chat. Thanks, Anthony. Of course. Thank you for watching. Hartana, this was such a fun format for a WIP in chat. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I'm going to keep doing these every few weeks, or as I have a good batch of comments to get through, I'll keep doing this kind of stuff. So yeah, let's drop some more drills here. I don't know why sometimes I switch to start single placing with my multi-placer, and then I'll switch in single place with the single placer. I just like to mix it up, and sometimes just flipping the pen around feels like my hand has a different grip on it, so it just like keeps the comfort going. I love this pen from Enabler's Outpost. Pretty much all of my thick pens from Enabler's Outpost. That's pretty much the only shop I use for diamond painting pens now. They're just the most comfortable that I've personally utilized. I like the thick boys, so they're just a little bit easier for my hands. And like I said, I'll just flip it occasionally, so it's like a new hand position, and it just keeps the comfort going. Let's see, 3 here, 3 here. There we go. And then this whole top line is all C's. I'm really having to get up next to the tripod, so you might get some extra shaking up there. I'm heavy-handed with my placement too, so the whole table tends to shake while I'm diamond painting. Sometimes I'll have like a pen or something up here that's like loose or hitting up against something, and I'm diamond painting and I hear like click, clack, shake, 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 and I'm like getting annoyed, like, what is that sound? And then I'm like, oh, it's only happening every time I put some drills down, so it's just my fat hand hitting the table. Okay, so I liked that. Susanna, sorry, Itkin6655 says, I love this format. Thanks for sharing your comments with us. Love hearing from you. Of course, anytime. Ginger Tate 5149 says, OMG, I'm so happy to see a WIP in chat. I only watch yours because I'm fully invested in your life with Apollo. Your energy is amazing, for sure, non-toxic. Oh, thank you. As someone that protects their mental health by avoiding YouTube gossip and gossip in general, your positivity is wonderful. Keep it up. Hope to see more WIP in chats now that the weather is getting cooler. Yeah, me too. I hope that now that it's cooling off, I'll be encouraged to sit down behind the crafting table, because when it gets hot, it gets really hot in here. Whoops, that was supposed to be here. So I'm less likely to do WIP in chats in the summer because I've got the AC going and the fan is really, really loud with the swamp cooler, and it's in here in my craft room, so I can't really talk with it. It sounds like a plane is running, and I have to put on noise canceling headphones, otherwise I'm sure I'd go deaf having that fan like right next to my head all evening or whenever I'm diamond painting. So yeah, I have to avoid the WIP in chats during the summer. But now with this new place, it's a swamp cooler as well, but the swamp cooler is not in the room. So hopefully the noise is muffled enough, as it's downstairs. In that house, I'll be able to do WIP in chats year round if the mood strikes me. So we'll see. Perfect. I just love how these snap and fit together just right. Okay, and I'm not sure if you can see from where you're at, but the gapping is really minimal considering this is a mystery kit. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell on the stuff that I have diamond painted that it's an all white background, which is really impressive. So good on you, Jade. Good on you. I wrote her last night. I hope she doesn't mind me sharing. I was like, I just want to let you know, I know we haven't like connected in a while or chat, had a chit chat in a while. Like I said, I've been kind of dark when it comes to the social stuff, but I'm working on this mystery kit and I'm just reminded how good of quality your product is. And I just want to thank you for, your dedication to getting the highest quality stuff you can. And she seemed to appreciate that. But yeah, I just wanted to thank her. I'm like, I'm not an anti small shop evil guy. Like, I go off of the product that I see in front of me and try to be as objective as possible. And I go off of like what I see out there in the diamond painting space and try to create dialogue around it. So, especially for crafters and content creators, it's kind of good to know, like, especially if you're just starting out, like what are some of the things to keep an eye out for. But yeah, censoring your reviews or your opinions based off of, if a shop is frustrated or upset with their customers, or I'm not sure where that comes from, but it's like, don't let that stop you. Don't let that stifle your channel's creativity or the content that you put out. It's fine. Speak your mind. Okay, so Lisa0815 says, thank you for getting my name right. Most people call me Lisa. Oh, Lisa. It's Lisa. Well, there's a Z. And thank you for answering my question. 70 is a lot, but also a lot less than 111. I think she's talking about the stash. I love your videos. You seem very sweet. Oh, thank you. I hope your living situation turns for the best sooner than later, and it's way better an outcome than you can imagine. Here's another question. If you were going to order a custom, where would you get it from? I'd like to come up with the diamonds. Oh, okay. So, yeah, if you were going to order a custom and you just need the diamonds, I would probably go with Jaded Gem Shop, just because I found the diamond quality to kind of be, so far as I'm concerned, kind of second to none, both in round and square. They're just really nice, high quality resin drills. I would suggest, if you are getting a custom, like a cross stitch conversion where you need the canvas as well, I would suggest getting your canvas from the same place that you're going to get your drills from, if that is an option, because that shop, most likely their drill field is made for their canvas. So I've run into situations before where the drills are a little bit smaller than the drill field. The drill field has more room for error than the drills. The drills are smaller and more consistent. So then you end up potentially risking more gapping because the drills are smaller than the squares or rounds you're placing it on. On the flip side, they could also be bigger or less consistently sized. So then you run into the potential for gapping. I'm sorry, the potential for bunching or popping of drills, because there's just not enough room on the canvas for those larger or missized drills. So a safe bet is just to get them from the same place, because most likely they'll be coming from the same manufacturer. So there's going to be some consistency there. So if I had to pick, like, where would I get my canvas and drills from, as of right now, I'd probably say Jaded Gem Shop. I have worked with Francesca's Studio Works drills. And they were really good too. But at the time, Francesca wasn't making custom canvases, so I had to get my canvas from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I'm not a fan of the canvas, so that kind of put a damper on that project. If I had to do it again, now that Francesca does carry custom canvases, I would just order the drills and the canvas from her altogether, because then I know that they're going to work. They're going to be synergistic with each other. So there's a couple different options. My first pick would probably be Jaded Gem Shop, just because I've had a lot more experience with the canvas and the drills. My Head of Medusa project was a cross-stitch conversion from her. My Moussenet Lab Mousse is a cross-stitch conversion from her. And then, like I said, I've used the drills a few times, including on this project. So that'd be my number one pick. You can also look at Francesca's Studio Works. I haven't used Francesca's canvases or custom canvases yet, and I haven't had a ton of time to work on those drills, but I'm hoping to rectify that soon. So keep an eye out. Michelle23238 says, watch your WIP in chat today and heard all the comments about Astronomer, so I had to find your video. This canvas is amazing. I love the detail. She was looking at the Astronomer unboxing. Yeah, it's a really cool canvas. I'm super excited to get started on that project, so thank you. Jennifer Nessie. Hi, Anthony. It is hard right now. Everything seems to cost more and my fund money has depleted. We really started hunkering down and saving more for the kids and vacation and home improvement projects, etc. I'm lucky to buy one painting a month right now, whereas last year it was about one a week. Oh my gosh. Again, a great video with such beautiful scenery. Thank you so much. That was in regards to my vlog number 76, so a couple of vlogs ago. Yeah, it is. It's tight for everybody right now. And I definitely have curbed my fun money spending and like my crafting and diamond painting spending. I was in that same boat where I was like waiting on Saturday for every week for the Diamond Art Club new releases, especially if there was like a Yume Art or an Ivy Dolomer coming, and I would just snag a couple of kits. There was a while there too when I was really into the collecting part of it, where it was like it didn't even matter what was released. Like I was just like, okay, every week you're getting something new because you want to like keep up with the new releases and have the newest stuff to share. And I used to do that with skincare too, but now it's like I don't think that's necessarily what everyone expects from you, is to always have the latest releases to share. So I've kind of cut back on that. Let's get this here. And let's get this here. Nice. And 1 and 3. There we go. Slowly working our way up this color blocking. There's a lot of this color. Okay. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Lisa Noof says, hi, Anthony. So happy to see you post a WIP in chat. I think it's a great format to answer questions and gives you topics to use. Yes, I totally agree. I'm really liking it. Hi, buddy. Karen, Seeing Diamonds 6873. This was a great video. Enjoyed the questions and comments. It was different like that. All responding to that WIP in chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. I like doing this format. It gives me a reason to like do a WIP in chat, and then I can crank through the comments as well and try to continue to engage in discussion. So yeah, let's just straighten that out a little bit. There we go. Sometimes when it's a big row of like 5 like this, I'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That way it's a little bit staggered, so if I do have gapping, it's not in a big line. So then the next row, when I come up, I can do all 5s. So 5 here. Granted, if there's a drill in the way, that was like 2. But do something like that. That way I'm not having that line of gapping. It's a little bit more staggered. Doesn't always work out that way, but I try to do it so I'm making like a little stair step all the way up into a corner, and I just keep working my way up. Sometimes I don't grab all 5 drills, so it's not always perfect, but I just try to stagger the gapping a little bit when I can, as best I can. And that's 5 here. Whoa, that was really bad. Really bad placement. Okay, there we go. Cool. All right, let's take a look at another comment here. Michelle23238 says, this was fun listening and working on my WIP. I had to be a little bit more selective about what and who I watch and listen to. Oh, well, thank you for picking me. I appreciate it. Catherine Hauserman, oh, too bad the 310 drills thrown out before you were able to show them. This was in regards to my diamond painting shop kit. Those 310s had some glitter to them, but I will show them the next time I kit up a diamond painting shop kit that has 310s. I'm glad you and Apollo do very well. I finished Marianne's Winter Hideaway by Chuck Pinson the 13th of October, and I started Honey Drip Farm Bee Chuck Pinson on the 15th of October. I'm such a slow diamond painter. Oh, that's not bad at all. That's some good timing, and Chuck Pinsons are usually pretty big, so congrats on getting those done. I have I might have destashed it. I had one Chuck Pinson at one point. Maybe I have another one. I don't remember. But I like some of his artwork. It's just that I don't know if I'm going to like it to diamond paint. But my tastes change, and now I kind of diamond paint just for like I like diamond painting just for like the act of diamond painting. So they might not be at the top of my list, but I definitely would like to do a Chuck Pinson. I think I might have one left maybe. If not, then he's definitely on my list to repurchase something from Chuck Pinson at some point in the future because I know he's a really popular artist for diamond painting and crafting in general. I think there's some puzzles and maybe some coloring books and stuff too. So yeah, goes there. This goes. I should have done 4 there. That's okay. Let's do 4 here just for the fun of it. And we'll just throw 1 here. Why not? Okay, let's see what else we got. So yeah, thank you, Catherine. Mia says, loved this format in regards to the responding to comments. I'm glad, because we're doing it again right now. Hope Apollo wasn't too upset about waiting for his W-A-L-K. I love that she spelled it out, too. Yeah, the bling suggestion is in the Facebook group, at least. Not sure if it's landed on the website. That's in regards to the bling from DP with Sparklers for Astronomer. It isn't a big amount of color changes, but I'm sure it'll look great. Yeah, I'm sure it will, too. Maybe that'll be my project this weekend, is to snag that kit, kit it up, take a look at what I want to do, and place an order with DP with Sparklers, so I have that all ready to go and kit it up for the paint along. Let's see here. Just 1. Okay. 5, 6. You're really getting a peek into how I diamond paint. I kind of just go color by color, row by row. When I first started diamond painting, I had like a bunch of different trays. I'd have like 6 or 7 trays out, or like 5 colors at a time, and I'd go by row all the way across. So if it was a bunch of different colors, I'd just switch the trays and be like, okay, I need 1 of these, and then 2 of these, and then the next, one in line is this color, and just go all the way across with all the different colors. And I found that to be a lot more time consuming than just doing 1 color at a time. I think most people do 1 color at a time. So now I do 1 color at a time. And if I miss a drill, which I almost always do with Jaded Gem Shop kits because of the confetti, I'll miss a couple drills after I'm done with the color. I'll just hit that color the next time I run into it. So I'm going to do the C's all the way up till my stopping point. Then I'm going to come back and be like, okay, now this color, do all of those and keep doing that. And then any ones that I missed at the end, I'll just go through and be like, okay, I missed 1 C here, so let me grab that DMC and just fill in my missing ones as I work up. So that's kind of how I do it. That seems to be the fastest way. I think that's probably the most common way to diamond paint, but that's how I do it. You'll have to let me know if you have a different method, if you're the type of person that has like all the trays with all the colors out and you just snag them as you go. But I tend to do 1 tray, 1 color at a time by section. So, and I always typically start on the bottom left-hand corner of wherever I'm working because I'm left-handed. So I always go left to right working on whatever I'm working on. This one's sideways because that's how it fits on my table, but other ones I can do the portrait style canvases bottom to top. Then once I get to the top of a canvas where I've got a bunch sitting in my lap, I'll flip it around and work on it backwards and meet myself in the middle. But thank you, Mia. Cynthia Gant774 says, take care of you. I will, thank you. Jennifer Nessie says, hi, Anthony. Sometimes when it rains, it pours. I'm very sorry about your car. Also, your uncertainty about your living situation. How frustrating. I hope things are more stable this week as I am behind on videos. They are. They're doing well. That was an older comment. But yeah, things are going good. Living situation seems to be figured out. So I'll be moving February 1st, which is exciting, but still got some nerves around it. Moving is just a thing, but at least I know where I'm going to be living, which is good. So yeah. And yeah, just kind of taking things one day at a time and doing good and chilling with the boy. living life, maybe doing some fun stuff this weekend with some friends. We'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for the comment. And then City Cat Crafter. I miss Colorado so much and really appreciate all of the outdoor videos. Thank you. This was in regards to one of my previous vlogs. You're welcome. I love Colorado. I mean, I was born and raised here. I've lived in a few other places, but I always end up back here, and I think this is where I'll be for a while. If anything, I'd like to explore the Pacific Coast at some point in my life, but I don't know when that will be. Just to see if I like the living closer to the ocean life, if Apollo likes it. But for now, Colorado is where it's at, and I really wasn't a super outdoorsy person. I've mentioned this; it's been a while, but I wasn't a super outdoorsy person until I was like in my 20s and started hanging out with friends that ski and camp and stuff. That's when I started getting into it, and I just find it so peaceful and relaxing. And I do a lot of camping and hiking with friends, but sometimes I prefer solo trips so I can take that time to reflect and just kind of be in my own head for a little bit and then just breathe, you know. So I like bringing you all along on those hikes and stuff because a lot of times I'm just like thinking out loud and just chit chatting, and it helps me to process a lot of stuff. So thank you all for listening and listening to me ramble on. And yeah, sometimes, sometimes it's all personal stuff. Sometimes it's like diamond painting related stuff. And yeah, sometimes things that just come to mind in regards to like the diamond painting businesses and shops and stuff pops into my head, and it's nice to kind of talk through that stuff and not worry about like, oh, people are gonna take this the wrong way or assume that I'm like rallying against smaller companies. Like sometimes that stuff pops in my head of like, don't talk about your like true feelings about stuff because people might take it the wrong way. But I've never really had to worry about that, and I think that's kind of one of the parts of building a little group around you that kind of knows your intentions and stuff like that. So it's okay. And I think I do want to make sure that I give that grace to some of those shop owners who probably feel the same way, like they build those followings of customers. So it's okay to like, have those moments where you need to rant, or there's something that's on your mind that you need to clarify. But I think for me in my head, it's a little bit different when like someone like me that's just a content creator is commenting on that stuff versus if I was a business owner, or I am exchanging money for goods from those same groups of people. It's like there's a little bit of a different air of professionalism I think that you probably need to keep in mind if you're once again exchanging goods and services for money from those same groups of people that you also like to vent to. It's like you have to like keep that in mind too of like, yeah, like, you might be talking to just that smaller group of people, or you think that's all that those are the only people that are hearing you, but you might have some people that are finding your social medias for the first time because they heard someone mention or recommend your products, and then that's the first thing that they see. So you have to keep that in mind too of like, who is your real audience and what impact do some of those things have when someone's like, ooh, I'm just going to explore for some diamond paintings, and then they find your shop and then it's like, don't talk about this, or how dare you do that? And it's like, if I was a new customer, I'd be like, ooh, okay, I'm going to look somewhere else. And sometimes I think that's why a lot of people land on, not the only reason, or, not a big reason, but at least from a consumer aspect, I would probably tend to like want to spend my money on where I'm like seeing companies' presence be very positive, or just not a lot of social presence whatsoever. Like I don't see Diamond Art Club like doing a live of like, we're anti this shop or anything like that. That would probably rub me the wrong way if I saw some of that stuff. So it's like sometimes just taking that criticism and feedback and in working on that within your team from a business aspect is probably the best way to go. There's definitely at least one shop that I've done a sneak peek for in the past, and I completed one of their diamond paintings, but I just couldn't get away from the drama from that particular shop owner. I just felt like every time I turned around, there was like something else going on. Like they were upset at this person or did a live where they were cussing out this person or claiming that they were wrong by this person. I felt like I couldn't get away from that. Even when I tried to like distance myself, I felt like I was even getting direct messages of like, are you mad at me? Is it because you are aligned with this shop owner or because you're friends with this person? That's why you don't like me anymore. And it's like, I don't really know you as like a person. I just know you as like a shop owner. And that's not me at all. Like, where is this coming from? And it just like made me feel weird about talking about their shop, because I'm like, there's just so much like, it's not just a normal interaction, like a business interaction. And I feel like I almost felt afraid to comment on anything I noticed with the quality of the canvas, or I couldn't speak freely because I was worried that that shop owner was going to be like upset or ask me to only talk about certain things. Like I just never felt comfortable. So I ended up, rather than destashing the kits I was given in the kit that I purchased, I ended up just throwing them as into my destash as giveaways, because I was like, well then, now I'm worried that at first I was worried the shop owner was going to be upset that I was destashing the kits or trying to quote unquote make money off of the stuff that they sent me for sneak peeks. So I was like, I just don't want to deal with any of this, and I don't feel like I can talk freely without, walking on eggshells a little bit. So I was like, I'm just going to give away these canvases and let that be that. So that's something else to keep in mind as a shop owner, is like, you might start putting people that really want to support your shop in a position where they're like, I don't know, they seem to get really volatile. If someone has any criticism, I don't know if I should, or I don't know if I'm allowed. Like, you shouldn't be putting your customers or the content creators that want to share your product in that position where they do feel worried about that. So it's better just to, like, once again, I'll just keep reiterating, like, it's better to just lift your shop up and talk about the positive things that you have to offer. And any of that other stuff that comes up from customers that either aren't smart enough to realize or don't have the wherewithal to realize that you are a small business and things operate a little bit differently, just take that with stride and just remember that for every one person that doesn't have a grasp on that or doesn't care about that and is going to try to hold you up to these standards that you can't, you don't have the physical ability to meet, if it's like shipping or pricing, just understand for like every one of those, there's a whole bunch of us that understand and can look past that and are going to highlight all of the great things about your shop. So focus on that. So yeah, I hope I didn't like come off as like no holds barred. I will rip every company apart. That's not what my intention was. It was more of like, taking the good and the with the bad is just like part of running a business, and how you respond to that and how you embrace that and spin that, and focus on the positive just speaks to like your strength as a business. So don't let it get you down, and take that constructive feedback, if it's valid and it's something you can work on to reflect. So anyway, but that's all of the questions. I'm just about done with these C's, but I'm right up against where the tripod is, so I'm gonna have to like slam into the tripod to get the drill pen up there. So I'm gonna keep working on this color, and then I'm most likely going to rotate the laundry, get some laundry folded, upload this video, get that posted, and then once all that's done, I'll probably take Apollo out for a what. And if I have the topics to cover yet another vlog or another hike or something this weekend, I will. Otherwise, we'll just chat next time. I have a lot to chat about. But yeah, as you can see, this is coming together really well. I'm loving the sparkle. Like I said, the drills are fitting together super nicely. So yeah, very happy so far. I can't wait to to keep working on this, as well as City Dreams. Last night I just finished the bottom row of City Dreams, so now I'm working on the next row, so you'll see some updates on Instagram there. And then I'm hoping by the end of this week I'll have another column done of this project. But you can see it's a little bit more slow going just because it's a big canvas, it's square, there's a lot going on, but I'm powering through, and it's looking good so far. So let me know if you have any questions, comments. I can't wait to do this again once some more comments build up, so make sure to share. Otherwise, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Otherwise, happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye. 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 Bye.